Hello everyone, we're here today to take a look at a very popular little Bible from Cambridge, the Pitt Minion. Now this Bible has gotten a lot of attention since it's come out. It's been featured in many blogs, it's been featured in many videos, and it's been mentioned online numerous times for reasons that we're going to discuss today. So if you're interested in the Pitt Minion, hopefully this review will help you understand this Bible a little better and help you make your decision. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're taking a look at two Pitt Minions. The one on the right here is a English Standard Version in the black goatskin, and the one on the left is a brown version of the New American Standard Version. So both are Pitt Minions, both have the same block, they both have many of the same attributes. The main difference here is going to be the color of the leather and the translation that is inside. Now, the dimensions of these Bibles are 4.75 inches across by 6.8 inches long by 7/8 of an inch thick. So you can take a look at that really slim profile, but actually not too bad when you look at it from the top. So really interesting shape on these for how they were designed. They're thin, but they're not necessarily tiny when you look at them from above like we are today. All right, now these Bibles do come with different amounts of ribbons. So what I mean by that, the brown version of the goatskin actually comes with 2 ribbons, brown ribbons for the brown leather. The black version comes with 1 ribbon for the black leather. Now, these are the traditional Cambridge ribbons. They're the low profile, a little bit thinner, very vibrant, very good color on these ribbons. You're also going to get the red under gold art gilt. So as you can see, you've got that really nice shiny gold. You've got that attractive headband with brown and gold on the brown version and red and gold on the black version, the little headband right down there. And like I said, you get the gold page ends, and then when you open it up, you get that traditional salmon-y pinkish color gilt that Cambridge uses. Now both of these Bibles are Smith sewn, which is a very big deal, and I want to point that out before we move on to the interior, because Mark Bertrand, in his review in Bible Design Blog on the Pitt Minion, he made a comment that I thought was very interesting. He said that he would rather have a hardbound Bible that's cheaper, that lays flat, than a premium goatskin Bible that does not. So when we look at the little Pitt Minion, you're getting a premium goatskin Bible with the ability to lay completely flat when you open it up. So you're getting the best of both worlds with these little Pitt Minions. They are just so well made, so incredibly well designed, and of course they're going to have that Smith sewn binding that's going to really help the longevity and the ability to have these Bibles lay flat. Now when we look at the inside cover of these Bibles, you'll notice that the brown version has this brown leatherette, and you've got the leatherette end page and the leatherette inside lining, and then you've got the goatskin leather stamp right here on the inside of the cover. The black version has very similar design, but instead of the brown, they've got the matching black. So the black leatherette end page, the black and leatherette liner with the gold goatskin leather stamp on the bottom. Now, the format of these Bibles is the double column with the cross references in the middle. Now, this Bible uses a 6.75 to 7 point max font. It's a Lexicon #1 font, which is a font that Cambridge is very fond of. They use the same font in the Clarion series, they use the same font in the Wide Margin series, and they use the same font in the Pitt Minion series. It's a very legible font, it's very easy to read, and even in the smaller size font like the one in the Pitt Minion, it still adds to that crispness that really allows you to read the Bible very fluidly. Now, speaking of the wide margin, I do want to make a parallel here because I think it's important to note. For those of you who like the wide margin, which is this Bible right here, this is the ESV wide margin, in goatskin. You'll notice a very interesting similarity here. So when we open the wide margin, okay, you'll notice that it's double column. The references are in the middle. You do have more page here that's blank for note-taking, but this is the lexicon font as well. It's actually a 9-point font, and it is the exact same format, same font, same structure as the Pitt Minion. The only real difference, the size of the font and the size of the Bible. So if you're a fan of the wide margin, you'll probably be a fan of the Pitt Minion. If you're a fan of the Pitt Minion, you'll probably like the structure of the wide margin because it's really the same Bible, give or take, just in different sizes and with the wide margins. So I thought that was really neat that Cambridge did it that way because they really came up with such a wonderful design with those double column references that they wanted to maintain that through their different lines as well. Now, the black ESV version of this Bible is the 2007 ESV translation. Now, it's not a huge deal that it's not the newest translation in 2011. There are some minor differences between the 2007 and the 2011 English Standard Version, but don't let that be a detractor for you. I own 2007 versions of the ESV. I own 2011s, and unless you're really paying attention for the minute differences, you're not going to be able to tell. So don't let that be a detractor for you. If you get on the website and you see that it says 2007 text block, it's a great text block. It still has very much relevance for us today. Don't let that be a detractor for you. Now, I will also say that both of these Bibles are red letter. So what that means is that the words in Christ are in red. As you can see here, we're in the book of Luke. Now, Cambridge's red is very unique. It's like a crimson red. I don't want to quite call it the fire engine red. I'm going to stick with crimson, but it's a good color. It's something that is very legible. If you like red letter, it's definitely going to be right up your alley. But for me, I personally don't have very many red letter Bibles, so it's a little bit of a refreshment for me to be able to have these little Pitt Minions in red letter. They don't bother me too much. Now, the paper on these Bibles is pretty opaque, given the fact that this paper is so thin on such a small Bible. It's got a very good feel to the paper, and when you're reading it, I'm going to hold it up again, you can actually see that you don't get a whole lot of ghosting. You don't get a lot of bleed through from the paper or the pages behind. So, very good little paper on this little Bible. I'm impressed. Now, I should also mention that you do get in the back of the Bible concordance, and the concordance itself is pretty unique because the font of the concordance is actually bigger than the font that is in the rest of the Bible. At least it appears to be so. The words in the concordance are actually bolded, and those are bigger, and then the words that are in the references themselves are either the same size as the Bible text or just a shy bit bigger. But they had a little bit more room in the concordance, so they just expanded that font to make it a little bit more legible. Now, you also have a map index, so it helps you read the maps, and you can see the concordance or the coordinates on the map with your map index. And then if you flip to the back, you get 15 full color page maps. And as I've said in prior reviews, I just love these Cambridge maps. They do such a great job with their maps. Very easy to read and very colorful, great little maps. So a lot of bang for your buck for these little Bibles. The price on them has actually come down from what I've seen in the past year or so. A very affordable Bible, but still considered a top-end Bible with this top grain leather, with the art gold, art gilding, and with the Smithsonian binding and the really good Cambridge block, which, by the way, I should mention is printed and bound in the Netherlands. Now, you can get these Bibles at directly from Cambridge, if you'd like, at cambridge.org/Bibles, or you could get them from evangelicalbible.com, Evangelical Bible always has such a wonderful selection of Bibles, and they carry a vast amount of Cambridge Bibles. So take your pick, browse their website. They have a great selection. You'll be able to find these two Pitt Minions on there, as well as the Pitt Minions in the other translations, such as the NIV, New King James, and the King James Version. So pick one up for yourself. I'm going to give them 5 out of 5. I was very impressed with these Pitt Minions. I'm impressed with the size, impressed with the way that they read. Great little Bibles. Pick one up. If you have any questions, please comment below, or go ahead and shoot me a message on Facebook. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful and blessed night.